Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I have tried to record this video 3 times. Now my computer's working. But the good news is I only got to like Gen 2 both times. So hey, yeah, that works out just fine for me. What I'm going to go ahead and do is talk about some average psychic types today. This is a very good typing, so I am certainly interested in what's the word I'm looking for? Seeing what I deem to be average once I get a better look at all of them, but I definitely think there's going to be some hard choices in this list. In addition, I started wanting to kind of get to know my viewers a little bit more, and we've been doing questions of the day. And I want to talk about food because I'm hungry. I'm going to get some lunch once I'm done with this recording. And I want to know, favorite food. Let me know right now what's your favorite food in the comments down below. For me, it's pizza. If I could pick any type of pizza, and you guys are probably going to, some of you are going to get this, and some of you are going to think this is trash. Pizza Hut pan pizza is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. There is nothing wrong with it. There's also a place, if you ever visit Ohio, called The Pizza Place, and that is also some of the best pizza I've ever had. So from either of those two places, I don't even live in Ohio. That's just, I went there when I visited there. But yeah, that's a really, really good spot if you ever find yourself in that area. And then in addition, Pizza Hut pan pizza, dude. It's just underrated and it's unbeaten in my personal opinion. And I have to drive 30 minutes to Pizza Hut just to get it. And I will do that 30 minutes every single time I need to over having it delivered every time. Because it can't be delivered. It's too far away. But it will be worth it if I go pick it up. And I will happily do so. Anyway, let's talk about some psychic types. I'd love to have some conversations about food in the comments. I hope when I read these comments I'm not hungry or I'm going to make some bad choices. But hey, it is what it is. Let's move forward. Average psychic type. Hypno. What do we want to say about Hypno? Well, Hypno is that type of a Pokemon that like nobody uses. I mean, if you played through Gen 1, you might have caught this thing for Pokedex completion. I guarantee you didn't catch it for any other reason. You didn't use it. But if you did happen to use it, what I would tell you is that this thing is very good at being gimmicky and annoying. It has Disable. It has Hypnosis. It has every strong psychic move that Alakazam gets as well. Other than Twisted Spoon, which I guess you could say is not a strong move, but it is something. Hypno essentially is the definition of average. As I've said many times in this video, I mean it. Hypno, plain and simple, is average. And forgotten about as well. I even thought this thing was a trait evolution. That's how bad I forgot about it recently. There's a video where I literally said this was a trait evolution. Everybody said it wasn't, and I was looking at them like they were crazy people, and I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, it is. Like, I was legitimately so disassociated with this thing that I didn't know. There's a lot of things I don't know in all fairness, so I guess it is what it is. Gen 2. Wobbuffet. Listen, for everybody who wants to say this thing is either elite or trash, think about it this way. Think about the law of averages, right? Some of you guys think this is like the greatest thing ever because of the way that you can utilize it, and Shadow Tag is OP. You're on the extreme of good. Some of you guys might think this thing is absolute trash. It's the biggest piece of dog poop in the world. And you guys are also valid considering the way that this thing operates, okay? You guys are the other extreme. Now listen here when I tell you this. What is the average of two extremes? Well, it's the middle, the median. I'm just dumping some 6th grade math on you guys. Is the median not one of the ways we calculate averages? Oh, wait, it is. It is. How about that? How about that? Well, it works out that, oh gosh, who's my 6th grade math teacher? Mr. Porter. Shout out Mr. Porter from 6th grade math. Taught me a thing or two. And because of him, Wobbuffet is on this list as an average Pokemon. All right, moving forward. Gen 3. Gen 3. The definition of an average Gen 3 Psychic type, quite simply, is Chimecho. The thing with Chimecho is that I'm not even disappointed in its existence. I kind of was when I first played Gen 3 and saw this thing and thought it was cool. When I saw that it didn't evolve, I was really disappointed, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But it still gets every strong psychic move out there, including Heal Bell. which is really, really helpful for him in addition. So I can't complain about it. I believe it also gets Wish, so you could do some cool things with it. You just have to strategize properly. But is it bad? No. Is it good? Also no. So it belongs on this list. Pretty straightforward, right? Gen 4, though? Okay, so I didn't want to have to pick it again, but I have to because Bronzong is, in my opinion, good just because it's bulky on top of being a good Psychic type. So, like, Gallade's just kind of there. And Gallade's good. Like, don't be mad. Gallade is good. It's just look at the powerhouses on this list and look at the trash on this list and tell me it's not Gallade. I just can't. Gen 5. Okay. I just picked Swoobat. I can't do it again. But it's okay. It's okay. Because Victini is here. You guys are going to get really mad at this one. Victini is the most overrated Pokemon I've ever seen. And no, I'm not doing an overrated list. I'm not. I actually just came up with an idea right on the fly. I'm not going to do an overrated list. I think my next list, if I do this again, I'll probably be a little bit more comedic with, but we'll get there when we get there, right? Victini has V-Create. Great. That's excellent. I love that Victini has V-Create. Tell me what else this thing does other than get one shot. Tell me what it does. It's not like Manaphy where it has Tail Glow and you can switch it into the right thing and be just fine. This thing doesn't do anything. It's useless. Oh, great. You have V-Create. Oh, great. You're fast. You don't do anything else. Average Pokemon. Gen 6. I mean, this is absolute garbage and good at the same time. Where like the Megas are OP, obviously. Malamar's really good. Meowstic is trash. So I guess that makes Delphox the most average, even though I genuinely think Fire Psychic is one of the best offensive types that Nintendo has ever put together. Game Freak, I should say, not Nintendo, has ever put together. And in doing so, Delphox is really good. It's just not as good. In my opinion, I'd still take Malamar. I'd obviously take Hoopa and any Mega Evolution over it. But yeah, Delphox is incredibly strong. Gen 7. There's a Oranguru. I was corrected on Oranguru last time, thinking he was a fighting type for some reason. But I'm actually going to go for this specific list. I'm actually going to go with... You know what? No, I'm going Oranguru. I don't see anything that I would say is much, much worse or much, much better. I think this guy is definitely kind of average. If I remember Oranguru properly, and again, I apologize if I'm wrong about any of this, but I'm wrong in all my videos without apologizing, so I guess at the end of the day, you guys are still watching, so I appreciate you guys for not expecting someone who is as old as me to know all these things about a kid's game. Funny thing is, about 6 years ago, I would have never gotten any of these things wrong. It's just crazy how your memory can kind of fade as time goes on. But anyway, Oranguru is slow. I believe I remember it being very slow, but its moveset is solid. I think it's part normal, which is kind of upsetting because it loses the fighting type resistance, but there's worse things that can happen. It makes it immune to Ghost as well, so that's a really nice buff as well, so it evens it out. Gen 8. Orbeetle. When I caught this thing, I was like, okay, this better turn into something cool, because we were really, really impressed with Gen 7 finally giving the regional bug type some love and not turning it into another Butterfree clone, and I love that they did that with Vikavolt, and Vikavolt was a really fun, really good Pokemon. Then we had Orbeetle. They thought Bug Psychic was the way to go, and oh no, it was not. Oh no. Let's add more weaknesses to a Pokemon in a typing that's never defensive whatsoever, just so he gets one shot before he steps onto the field. Doesn't matter that he can do sticky webs. You're not going to be able to get it off. You're just going to die. And if you do get it off, you die immediately. Not worth it. Gen 9. I've been told that Espathra is one of the best Pokemon in the game. Matter of fact, I believe when I looked into it on Showdown, it was currently an Uber. So I am definitely not putting it on this list. It almost wants me to put Veluza, but I'm going to put Farigiraf. The problem with Farigiraf is, one, it was an evolution. So, like, Girafarig was overdue for an evolution, as was Dunsparce, right? And They decided with Dunsparce just to kind of be fun and funny about it, and I actually love that they did that because Dunsparce was always a meme Pokemon, and Game Freak noticed that and continued to make it a meme Pokemon. And then Girafarig actually needed a power-up, and then they made this. So, yeah, I don't really have much else to say beyond that. But when I really think about an average Pokemon, I really, really think about when you look at this entire list, I think about Hypno. I feel like Hypno is just the definition of a Pokemon that is there, that you forget exists, but can still do some good things for you. And even though he's not as strong as others on this list, when I look at him in regards to his entire generation, I think he's the most average Pokemon. It's just a Pokemon that you're just happy, you just have. You just have, and you either forget to use it or something like that. So, that's the list for today. Let me know down below, guys. I would love to know. I'm not yawning. That was not a yawn. I didn't get through it. I'd love to know your favorite food. Let me know. You could eat one meal today, right now. What are you eating? Let me know. And recommend me some restaurants, maybe. That'd be a good idea, too. Recommend me some restaurants. I'd be down to try. Even if they're not a chain, you never know if I might travel to certain locations in the future. But yeah, be happy to hear. All right. You guys have a great day.